Everyone, this is Sumata Basu. I am studying second year MSc at Manasa Gangotri College. In machine learning, I am going to presenting the topics on reinforcement learning, semi-supervised learning, criterion functions for clustering, similarity and dissimilarity measures. First, we see what is reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is defined as a machine learning that is concerned with how software agents should take action in an environment. Reinforcement learning is a part of the deep learning method that helps you to maximize some portion of the cumulative reward. Reinforcement learning is the problem by an agent that learns behavior through trial and error interaction with a dynamic environment. Here you can see in this diagram. Here we can see the basic idea about reinforcement learning. Firstly, we just define this. Receive feedback in the form of rewards. Agent's utility is defined by the reward function. Must learn to act so as to maximize expected reward. In this diagram, agent and environment interact at discrete time steps. Agent observes state at step, produce action at steps and gets resulting reward and resulting the next state. Here are some important terms used in reinforcement. Here we have so many steps. Firstly, agent, environment, reward, state, policy, value, model of the environment, model based methods, Q value or action value. Step by step, we can define the topic. Here, agent. Agent, it is an assumed entity which performs action in an environment to gain some reward. Secondly, environment. It indicates from E, a scenario that an agent has to face. Reward, indicated by R, an immediate return given to an agent when he or she performs specific action or task. State, defined by S. State refers to the current situation written by the environment. Policy, defined by pi symbol. It is a strategy which applies by the agent to decide the next action based on the current state. Value, defined by V. It is expected long term return with discount as compared to the short term reward. Model of the environment. This mimics the behavior of the environment. It helps you to make inference to be made and also determine how to make inferences to be made and also determine how the environment will behave. Model based methods. It is a method for solving reinforcement learning problems which use model based methods. Q value and action value. It's indicated by Q. Q value is quite similar to value. The only difference between the two is that it takes an additional parameter as a current action. Here we have taken one example. First, let me explain this diagram. Here the cat is on sitting position. It is an agent. When the cat start the action, it will be on state and the cat goes from sitting to walking and for the reaction of an action it may get a reward. Here what I explained here, your cat is an agent that is exposed to the environment. In this case, it is your house. An example of a state could be your cat sitting, and you see a specific word in for cat to walk. Our agent reacts by performing an action transition from one state to another state. Example, your cat goes from sitting to walking. The reaction of an action and the policy is a method of selecting an action given a state in expectation of better outcomes. After the transition, they may get a reward or a penalty in the return. Here, the types of reinforcement. There are two types. Firstly, positive, secondly, negative. Let's see the positive. Positive reinforcement is defined as when an event occurs due to particular behavior increases the strength and the frequency of the behavior. In other words, it has a positive effect and behavior. Secondly, negative reinforcement. Reinforcement is defined as strengthening of a behavior becomes a negative condition is stopped or avoided. Here are some of application about reinforcement learning. It is on robotics for industrial automation, business strategy planning, machine learning and data processing. It helps you to create training systems that provide custom instruction and materials according to the requirements of student, aircraft control and robot motion control, etc. Here we are moving to the next topic, semi supervised learning. What is semi supervised learning? Semi supervised learning is the type of machine learning that uses a combination of a small amount of labeled data and a large amount of unlabeled data to train models. It is a combination of supervised and unsupervised learning, and it provides the benefit of both unsupervised and supervised learning while avoiding the challenge of finding a large amount of labeled data. This approach to machine learning is a combination of supervised learning, which uses training data, and unsupervised learning, which uses enabled training data. Here we have how semi supervised learning works. Let's see. The way that semi supervised learning managed to train the model with less labeled training data than supervised learning is by using pseudo labeling. This can combine many neural network models and training methods. Here, how it works. Let's see. Firstly, train the model with a small amount of labeled data just like you would in supervised learning until it gives you good results. Then, use it with the unlabeled training data set to predict the outputs, which are pseudo labels since they may not be quite accurate. Next, link the labels from the labeled training data with the pseudo labels created in the previous step. Link the data inputs in the labeled training data with the inputs in the unlabeled data. Then train the model the same way as you did with the labeled set in the beginning in order to decrease the error and improve the model's accuracy. Here we have an example. If we take medical imaging to detect cancer, having doctors labeling that data set is a very expensive task. Moreover, those doctors have other more urgent work to do. For instance, here under we can see that the doctor and left the other one unlabeled. Finally, this technique of machine learning has proven to perform good accuracy even if the dataset is partially labeled. Here what I explain it is in the picture. We are moving for the next topic, criteria function for clustering. There are three types, internal criterion functions, hybrid criterion functions, external criterion functions. It is a diagram for clustering creation functions. Let's see what is internal criterion functions. This class of grouping in an intra-cluster view internal basis work upgrades a capacity and measures the nature of bunching capacity different groups which are unique in relation to each other. Secondly, hybrid criterion function. This work is utilized because it has the capacity to at the same time optimize numerous person model capacities not at all like as inside basis work and outside basis work. Thirdly, external criterion functions. This lesson of clustering measures in an interclass view external basis work optimizes a work and measures the quality of clustering capacity of different clusters which are diverse from each other. Here we are moving for the next topic and our last topic, similarity and dissimilarity measures. Let's see what is similarity. Similarity is numerical measures of how alike the two data objects are and is higher when objects are more alike and often falls in the range 0 to 1. Next, dissimilarity. Numerical measures of how different are two data objects and then lower when objects are more alike and minimum dissimilarity is often 0. Upper limit varies. Here we have some difference about similarity and dissimilarity. Here P and Q are the attribute value for two data objects. Let's see attribute type. I have taken nominal, ordinal, interval or ratio. In nominal, similarity and dissimilarity is d is equal to 0 if p is equal to q, 1 if p not equal to q. In similarity, 1 if P is equal to Q, 0 if P is not equal to Q. Dissimilarity we indicates from D and similarity we indicates from S. In ordinal, D is equal to modulus of P minus Q by N minus 1. In similarity, 1 minus modulus of P minus Q divided by N minus 1. Interval or ratio. In dissimilarity, D is equal to modulus of P minus Q. In similarity, S is equal to minus D, S is equal to 1 by 1 plus D, or S is equal to 1 minus D minus min dot D by max dot D by min dot D. Here we are going to start our similarity distance. First one, Euclidean distance. Here so many similarity measures are there. Mainly Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, Minkowski distance, cosine similarity, Jaccard similarity. First, I will let you explain about Euclidean distance. Euclidean distance is the formula is distance into x1 comma x2 is equal to root of summation I is equal to 1 to p into x1 j minus x2 j overall square. Standardized is necessary if scales differ. Euclidean distance is the most common use of distance measure. In most cases, when people say about distance, they will refer to Euclidean distance. Euclidean distance is also known as simply distance when data is dense or continuous. This is the best proximity measures. The Euclidean distance between two points is the length of the path connecting them. The Pythagorean theorem gives the distance between two points. Here, our next distance, Minkowski distance. Minkowski distance is the generalized of Euclidean distance. Here the formula is distance into x1 comma x2 is equal to bracket summation of I is equal to 1 to p modulus of x1 j minus x2 j close the modulus into power of r into 1 by r. In the above equation, the Minkowski distance between the data record I and jk, the index of a variable n, the total number of variables y and lambda, the order of the Minkowski metric. Although it is defined for any lambda greater than 0, it is rarely used for values other than 1, 2, and infinity. The way distance are measured by the Minkowski metric of different orders between two objects with three variables. Here we have a synonyms of Minkowski. Different names for the Minkowski distance are Minkowski metric arise from the order. Firstly, lambda is equal to 1 is the Manhattan distance synonyms are L1 norm, taxicab or city block distance. For two vectors of ranked ordinal variables, the Manhattan distance is sometimes called foot ruler distance. Lambda is equal to 2 is the Euclidean distance synonyms are L2 norm or ruler distance. For two vectors of ranked ordinal variables, the Euclidean distance is sometimes called Spearman distance. Lambda is equal to infinity is the Chebyshev distance synonyms are Lmax norm or chessboard distance. Here our next similarity is cosine similarity. The cosine similarity metric finds the normalized dot product of the two attributes. By determining the cosine similarity, we would effectively try to find the cosine of the angle between the two objects. The cosine of degree 0 degree is 1 and it is less than 1 for any other angle. It is thus a judgment of orientation and non-magnitude. Two vectors with the same orientation have a cosine similarity of 1. Two vectors at 90 degree have a similarity of 0, whereas two vectors diametrically opposed having a similarity of minus 1, independent of their magnitude. Cosine similarity is particularly used in positive space, where the outcome is neatly bounded in 0 to 1. One of the reasons for the popularity of cosine similarity is that it is very efficient to evaluate, especially for sparse vector. Here we have a diagram. It is what I explained. Next, we move on to the Jaccard similarity. Jaccard similarity is also known as the Jaccard index and intersection over. Union Jaccard similarity matrix used to determine the similarity between two text documents means how the two text documents close to each other in terms of their context, that how is how many common words are exist over total words. The Jaccard similarity measures the similarity between finite sample sets and is defined as the cardinality of the union of the sample set. Suppose you want to find Jaccard similarity between two sets A and B. It is the ratio of the cardinality of A intersection B and A union B. Jaccard similarity is the formula is J into D1 comma D2 is equal to D1 intersection D2 by D1 union D2. The Jaccard similarity measures the similarity between finite sample sets and it is defined as the cardinality of the intersection of sets divided by the cardinality of the union of the sample set. Here I have taken an example of Jaccard similarity. Union AB is equal to 7, intersection AB is equal to 2, and then it comes to the answer 0.286. Thank you.